Morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, March 3rd, 2022. This is our weekly community development meeting with the Board of County Commissioners. Bring the meeting to order. Attending commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Thank you for your service, Jonathan.
Yes, absolutely.
And I reversed it. Okay, let's move on then. Deliberations, action item, case number MSP, major subdivision, 21-0005, the Estates at Farragut, a request by the Estates at Farragut LLC for preliminary approval of a major subdivision consisting of 27 residential lots on 156.4 acres in the rural zone. Vlad, take it away, please.
Commissioners, for the record, Vlad Finkel with Kootenai County Community Development. The request is located in the northern part of the county between the city of Athol and Bayview, specifically at the intersection of Perimeter Road and Howard Road that was recently constructed last fall. The subject property is fairly flat with minimal amount of slope. It is heavily vegetated, although there has been some logging and some recent site disturbance for the construction of Howard Road and some adjacent driveways adjacent to this plat. The zoning is rural and the comp plan is suburban, which does facilitate for these types of developments. As you can see, this is a 27 lot subdivision with 5 acre parcels consistent with the minimum lot size in the rural zone. The interior horseshoe loop road will be dedicated to Lakes Highway District and it will be publicly maintained. Each lot will be served with individual well and septic and drain field. The top right photo is the existing conditions of Perimeter Road heading north, and the lower two photos are kind of outdated, but the construction of Howard Road was completed last fall. Through the agency comment period, we solicit comments from all the agencies listed on the slide. The conditions are pretty much all similar projects in nature in terms of road development, compliance with Panhandle Health District for septic permits, fire protection, fish and game requirements, or fish and wildlife friendly language and CCNRs, DQ state requirements, water conservation standards from Idaho Department of Water Resources. The only one that the only agency that did raise a concern is Lakeland School District. As you know, this has been somewhat on your radar for the last several months, that they do have some concerns over the recent growth in the county and the need for some financial assistance to accommodate the number of students that are being excuse me, the number of students that keep coming in every year to the school district. During the public comment period, we only received 2 comments in opposition. In fact, at the public hearing held before the hearing examiner last month, there was nobody that really opposed the project. We did receive some public comments in support of the request. But the written concerns were with respect to the additional density, noise, and impacts to wildlife. The hearing examiner heard the request and subsequently recommended approval. Staff does also support the request as well. I stand for any questions that you have at this time.
Any questions for Vlad?
Nope.
None? Vlad, are we zoned rural here? 5 acre minimum?
Yes.
Okay. Second question, and I noticed there was really, well, there were 2 comments in opposition, but the one that struck me is the party that wrote in that says and I'll just read the first sentence, which is, not in favor of this proposal due to the potential impacts to water, wildlife, and quality of life, anyway. And he would comment on that?
We have not had an application submitted in the past on this site. We do have minor subdivisions that are currently being processed directly to, if you recall, we had Walking Horse Estates and Walking Horse First Edition. Both of those projects combined created, I believe, over 30 lots, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
The minor subdivisions that we're currently processing directly to the west, the sum of the lots that are being proposed with several minors will be probably half the number of lots that are being proposed within this subdivision, if not more. They're just being proposed on 20-acre parcels with 4 5-acre lots. The development in the area is consistent with what is being proposed as the state's first edition.
Okay.
These lots are being subdivided into minors. As you can see to the north, you have parcels that are 5 to 10 acres in size as well. So this request is not out of the ordinary. It's not incompatible with the existing residential development in the area. Directly to the east of the subject property of Farragut State Park. We did solicit comments from the Idaho Department of Parks and Recreation. They said they didn't have any comments or opposition. As some of you may know, about 3/4 of a mile to the northeast, we have the public shooting range within the park. But there has been significant amount of development within this area off of Howard Road. We have processed some applications for minors in recent years, closer to Athol. So this is something that is not any different than what has historically been the case.
Okay. Are we over the aquifer? We are.
Just a second, let me double check.
District's the comment, but I had read it wrong. It says if proposed lots are over the aquifer, it doesn't say that they definitively are.
Then what?
And Vlad just said that his paperwork says yes, they are over the
We are over
aquifer.
the aquifer, okay. And no issues with
Yeah.
Panhandle, and no issues with Panhandle Health?
No issues with Panhandle Health, and we
No.
did receive a water quantity report from a licensed geologist with analysis regarding water supply, and they meet the minimum requirements of 1,500 gallons per day and a minimum of 5 gallons per minute for a period of 4 hours flow. So those minimum requirements have been met. You gotta understand that there's never a guarantee, but when we review each and every application, we make sure that the documentation that's submitted is consistent with all the provisions in the code.
Okay. I'm done. Any other questions for Vlad?
Estates at Farragut.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion is carried, so case number MSP 21-0005 is hereby approved. Thank you, Vlad. Moving on to the signings segment of our meeting. First one is MSF 21-0008, the club at Rock Creek Estates, I guess it is, 3rd edition.
We're just
And we
ready for a
approved
motion?
this. Yeah, we need a motion.
Yeah, I move that we execute the order of decision for MSF 21-0008.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion is carried, executing the order of decision. Okay, so moving on to our second signing, which was an appeal by the Meadowbrook West Road Association, and that's APP 21-0002. And so we are, can I have a motion, please?
Yes, I move that we execute the order of decision for APP 21-0002.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and I should indicate that I did vote against this, but what I'm approving, obviously, or agreeing to is executing the order of decision, which was the majority decision by the board.
Yep.
On that note, guess we have an adjournment, and the time is now 9:12. Thank you, everyone.
Nothing exciting from